Yeah, I mean, tough one today. Give credit to Matt and his staff and his team came out and played a really good game. I thought one of the man, it was a big turning point of the game. I mean, I didn't say turning point, but it was early. I mean, it was 3rd and 5 for us on our first drive, and we got Wiggins running free, wide open. We got to connect. That's the bottom line. And I'm saying, that was the first drive, but that had a huge significance in this game because now you're up 7-0, and then you can kind of dictate more of the game with that. And then we come back and we throw the pick, and now we put our defense in a bind on a short field. Our defense did a great job of holding them to a field goal at that point, and you just can't have that offensively. And I think, we battled back in there. We got the touchdown, Shimon, which was good. So now, now you're right back in it. But then, defensively, we gave up 4th down. We hold them to a field goal, but they fake it and they get a 1st down. We hold them on 3rd down in the red zone, but we hit the quarterback and we get another 1st. I mean, so just shooting ourselves in the foot. And as you're playing a good quality team, it's going to be hard to overcome that. And you can't allow those things to happen on those type plays. You call them hidden yardage type plays, where you're not even really lining up to play ball. You're doing some different things with that. So, all those things combined, just didn't give us a chance in the second half. And I thought their coverage there in the 4th quarter, we never got free. Our guys couldn't get open, and struggled to get 1st downs at that point. And so really couldn't get back in the game. But credit to Iowa State and their team. I think they've gotten a lot better and they've grown over the season. Tough team to go beat with making mistakes like we did today.
The mistakes have kind of been the story of every game. What's the
Yeah.
recipe to getting
Yeah. I mean, it's you just got to keep working on them, and it's guys doing what their job and what they're supposed to do. We just keep working, keep practicing. I mean, the 75-yard completion, we were in cover 2, so the safety should have been deep over the top. We were not, and so I think they ran a double move. We bid on it and got behind us, but I think we just got to do a better job of communicating of what we need to do and where we need to be. And the guys got to make the plays. I mean, it's like, we talked about that this week and coming into the game. You have to make the play. It's like the first 3rd down. We have to make the throw and the catch. I mean, it's there to be made. And, those games are coming down. You only have a few of those times where guys are going to be free and you got to hit them. We've had it in every game, and, we just got to be able to hit those plays on offense. And then defensively, we have to line up correctly. We have to get to our drops where we're supposed to be. And do what we're supposed to do. But the only way to correct those is continue to work, continue to coach, continue to get better, and not repeat those same mistakes.
Obviously, when the offense struggles, that first guy to get the blame is the quarterback. How much of the blame of the offense struggling are you putting on Emory at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't Emory. I think it was everybody. I mean, some guys up front, let some guys get free today, and so now the quarterback can't just stand there. He's got to move and do some different things. Now they do a good job with their drop 8 coverage and playing the man and getting pressure with 3, and then when you go to move, they got a spy there for the quarterback. And, so we got to block the 3 guys so he can sit there. That happened a couple of times today. Running backs, we couldn't get them loose early, in the game, or really the whole game. I thought the Q run game stuff was good on the edges. I think Emory ran hard and kept us in early in the game. So it's a little bit of everybody. It's not just, the quarterback. If they're playing man-to-man and I'm a receiver, I've got to get open. Somebody's got to win, right? And if they don't win, you got nowhere to throw it. And so that happened several times, particularly in the second half, where the quarterback's back there, he just don't have anywhere to throw it, and you end up throwing it away or scrambling. And so there's everybody's to blame. It's not just one particular position.
Mike and Scott.
Coach, to that point, what changed after the first touchdown drive where it looked like the offense did have some rhythm, but after that it didn't?
Yeah, we didn't. I think we had one other drive I thought was good. We got a field goal, on that one. We got a holding penalty on the one drive I'm talking about on that particular drive too. But I thought we had some good rhythm on that and got that. It was the the thing that I thought that really hurt us is that in our running game, we couldn't keep it on track, and so now you're staying within the sticks. And then when you get in third and long situations, their defense, what they were playing, we didn't have any success against it because it was the man coverage, it was drop 8. Now so I think it really happens in the early downs. I think the first and second downs, if you miss hit on one, and now you're 2nd and 10, and it made it a lot more difficult to be able to get those plays. But I think probably 3 drives today where we felt like we were in rhythm and we were hitting some plays, maybe, and that was it. It wasn't many. And I think, credit their defense. If you go back historically and look at their defense, they do an outstanding job with that. You don't want to play behind from these guys. You play behind, now you're playing into their hands, and they can do a lot of things on that side of the ball defensively to keep you from, scoring. And, that's what happened with us. And that's why I say that first drive was very critical not to hit that touchdown there to, get us on top and have that momentum.
You knew that secondary was good. Were they that good to take Xavier completely out of the game?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things they did differently was today, no matter what coverage they were playing, they were pressing on the outside. So now you're keeping him from getting started right off the bat. I thought they did a good job with that. And then they always pretty much all day had a safety over top of him. And so now you've got a guy underneath and a guy on top that makes it a lot more difficult to get him the ball. And I thought, so Braden and Shimon and some of these other guys, you're trying to work a little bit more with them, trying to get them the ball there. And, we just wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough to get open and make those throws and get those completions.
I know you just went into their secondary play just a little bit there, but before this game, including non-conference play, they were letting up about 215 passing yards per game, and you guys weren't able to crack 100.
Yeah.
What was it that was so different that you guys weren't able to be a little more effective?
Well, the first third down, if we hit that, that's 50 yards. I mean, you got to hit some of those plays down the field. I mean, every offense is going to, including them, every offense is going to hit today. Iowa State, they're going to hit you're going to hit some 5-yarders, some 8-yarders, but you got to hit the 75-yarder. We didn't hit that today, and we had it on the first drive. You're only going to get 1, maybe 2 opportunities in a game usually to hit some of those balls when they're there, and you got to make them pay. You got to make them pay, and we were not able to do that. And in the second half, they started playing a little bit more of the defense that I'm talking about, where it's man and the 2 deep, and so there's nothing back there, so you're not going to be able to hit those balls and be able to get those chunk plays to get those yardage like you're talking about, to be able to throw over 200 yards, and they did a good job with it. It was just kind of snowballed on us and didn't help us in the second half.
About 20 minutes ago, Sammy Anderson tweeted out publicly saying, "Man, free me. This medical staff have a lot to do with it." Following up, he said, "Crazy thing is, I'm not even hurt. Haven't been hurt since week 1. What's going on with him right now?"
It's not in my hands. It's in our medical staff, so I really can't make any comment on that. I mean, he's frustrated, but it's out of our hands.
Coach, 4-game losing streak. How much do you lean on your experience in the locker room to keep those guys together?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's just told the guys just then, when you're going through something like this, you really find out what you're made of, and you find out as an individual what you're made of and as a team. And I told them we got a lot of ball left. We're sitting here at the halfway point. You got an opportunity to go out here and continue to compete, and to keep getting better and keep working. How much pride do you have? All those things, and that's what you lean on. And I think we got the guys in that room that will do that. I think they'll come back tomorrow. I think they'll come back to work. It's real easy to get down. It's really to get down on yourself. We can't look at anything outside. We can't look at our record. We have to look at, all right, how can we get better today? And having been through some of this over my career, that's all you can do. And then when you come out on the other side and you start clicking off some wins, you have a better appreciation for the wins and an appreciation of how you got there. You just can't show up against these teams we're playing, in the Big 12. They got some outstanding teams, outstanding coaches. In this day and age in college football, we're seeing that now. I mean, last night was it 29-0 at halftime, in the Colorado game. They didn't win. You have to continue to play every single play, the whole game until it's over. And that's the way practice has to be too. And so we got to continue to work. We got to continue to get better, and find ways to do that. And it takes everybody. It's not just one coach here or there. It's not just one player. It's collectively everybody in the building. That's where we're at.
You mentioned a couple minutes ago on the touchdown play to Shaman. That was the play John Williams lined up outside in the slot again. Something you have been comfortable doing quite a few times this season. Could you just walk us through that play design and how that all played out?
Yeah. It was a tempo play. So, the first play we were in empty, Q draw, and then we're just sprinting to it really quickly, put the tight end at the tackle position and put him outside. And you're hoping to try to get the, eye discipline of the defense, and it worked. They went out and covered the 3 people out there, even though he's ineligible. And then Shaman's at the left tackle position and just released vertically, and good throw and catch and good design play. And it was a big drive for us to go get that one.
From the outside looking in, it didn't look like a team that played with a lot of fire today. Is that something you saw or indicated, or is it that just
I didn't think that looking at it, but I mean, we'll go back and watch the film and see. I thought, I think we just too many mistakes. I mean, I think maybe if anything, after you keep making a few, then you start hanging your head a little bit, which we don't want to do. We want to keep playing the next play and keep playing. And the only time I maybe sensed it a little bit there at the end, in the last 5 minutes, but I think the mistakes just continued to compile on us, and ended up the way it was there in the fourth quarter.
3rd and goal from the 14, the tight end gets free. Was that communication, or
Yep.
What happened there?
Just covering the wrong guy. We were covering the 3rd receiver that was over here, and should have been covering him. So that's what that was.
It seems like you guys have gotten good pressure up front, but you're maybe missing a speed guy. Is that something that you're noticing as well in terms of actually getting to the quarterback?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, we're getting good push, and getting back there, but it takes, you got to have a little bit more of the speed to be able to get to the quarterback, because you may be there, but you're going to be there a little bit late. The ball's going to be gone. And it maybe take one more step, and if you got a few more of those guys that have the jets right there to be able to get to it, then you're going to get more pressure, more sacks. But I think our D line's doing a good job of getting pressure and getting a good push, and I think more help with at the linebackers. If we are bringing some of those guys, would probably help us get a little bit more push to the quarterback, and using some of that more speed with the linebacker unit to be able to do that. All right. Thanks, guys.
Jack, that's a quarterback that hasn't gotten sacked much on the year. You guys did get to him a couple times. Was there anything in the game plan you saw that you guys were able to take advantage of?
Yeah, throughout the week we wanted to put pressure on him. We knew he was going to get the ball out quick, so we just had to find ways to get to him faster than normal.
What's this stretch kind of been like for you, and what are you trying to focus on? What's your thoughts right now about 4 straight losses, 3 straight at home?
Just my thoughts is just how can we get better? How can I grow up and become a leader for this team, and what ways can I help this team win some games? It's been tough, but we just gotta go week in and week out and just get better and better.
How difficult is this for your family? Your dad's a player here, was a player here. Homecoming, you want to win, and just wasn't what probably anyone imagined.
Yeah, he's not too happy about it either. Like, he's just it's not good. We got to do better. And I'm sure some of the alumni, like my dad, and they're not happy about it. But just got to keep going, getting better.
Jalen Higgins, 6 catches, 172 yards. What was he doing today that gave the secondary some struggles?
He can play. He's a good player. We've been keying him all week, and we just got to execute. We got to execute against him and just make plays.
Coach Satterfield mentioned the penalties and all the missed opportunities there. What really stands out on that defensive end for you guys to really limit those turnovers, and how can you guys take away from this heading into Baylor next week?
It's all about focus. We can't have those mistakes, and this league is really good, and they played their butt off today. Iowa State did, and just can't have those mistakes, and you got to stay focused. Can't do that.
That the turning point in this game was on the first drive of the game when on offense there was the missed the deep pass. On defense, when you see like your offense just isn't clicking, how do you keep the guys up, stay in it?
No, we got to do our job. We know our part. We can't let them score, and we got to do our part. They got to do their part. But we're one team, so they're struggling. It's up to us to go out and make a play.
Did that feel like the turning point in the game to you as well, like it did for Coach?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it did. But just got to keep playing.
What did you see on the drive early in the game where you guys, I think, had 3 or 4 consecutive mistakes? They went in for the go-ahead touchdown. What did you see on that drive? One of them, of course, was a special teams play where they faked the field goal.
Oh, yeah.
But it seemed like there were a series of miscues that can be very deflating.
Just missed coverages and some missed tackles, just some mistakes that we can't have. We had them stopped. We had them right there in the zone. Just got to stay focused and can't allow them to trick us on a fake field goal or can't have any missed coverages. Just can't blow coverages.
Any other questions for Zach? Thanks.
Thank you.
Questions for Luke?
Luke, you're a veteran guy. Tough spot here. 4 losses in a row. How do you keep the locker room together in this situation, to get ready for next week?
Yeah, just like you said, just next week. We got next week to get better, just stay focused on what we need to do to execute. And, losing sucks. We just got to find that turning point to get the W on the board.
Coach Satterfield talked about how the 3-man rush was kind of giving you guys some issues. What was Iowa State doing so well, maybe stunting rotations to give you guys some fits?
Yeah, credit to their defense. They just how their linebackers played, just how our protection was called, and just pretty much how they schemed us up, and then it was a good scheme. I mean, how we slid, and then it was just what they did, and then it gave us the trouble.
What do you tell fans, students about next week? It's another noon kickoff. It's no fun to lose these things, but you have another one, and right now people are a little antsy.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say to the fans, even though we're on a losing streak, just keep coming. I mean, what you guys bring to the energy is what we feed off that. We love the energy that you guys bring, and just stay with us. It's a long process. Just stay with us. We're gonna get the ball rolling.
The first drive, Coach Satterfield mentions that deep ball that's a turning point in this game. What did you guys see up front there offensively and really on that shot? Did you guys feel that was the turning point up front there in the offensive line a little bit?
Personally, I don't think so. Yeah, it was just a missed ball. And, yeah, I could have went for 6. But, I mean, we had other opportunities other than the game. It's just that we just got to execute. And, I personally don't believe in any turning point because you always got to battle and just play to the end. But, I just think it's just, missed opportunity, and we just got to execute another play.
Coming into this game, Iowa State, including non-conference play, was allowing about 215 yards per game passing. You guys weren't able to crack 100 today. Where do you think that disconnect was?
It just starts up with us. I mean, if we don't give Emory or Lichty time, I mean, he can't be decisive with the ball. He'll have to be indecisive and not be worried about the pressure, and that's what we just need to be better up front.
Emory's morale as the game progressed?
It was always there. I mean, it's not just one play, and then it's just that I think we just kept constantly bringing him up, like, hey, come on, we're good, and then he was right there. I mean, he was just trying to keep battling.
The run game kind of struggled there, obviously. Emory finished with 72 yards. What was Iowa State doing so well that kind of really took that run game out of the factor today?
Yeah, they were just running just different blitzes that, I mean, we looked at, but it was just we had in-game adjustments, and I thought it was going to work pretty well, and we ended up doing decently well with those adjustments, but I think by the time those were adjustments, it was just kind of too late.
Any other questions for Luke? Thanks.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We'll have Emory out in a moment. We have quarterback Emory Jones. Questions for Emory?
Emory, you've been through slumps before, stretches where your teams haven't played well. How do you get through it? How do you kind of lift up the team and help them get to that next, potential win?
Just be vocal and preach. Just preach. The word of that we have we just have to keep going. Keep working hard every single day. I feel like when you're in slumps like this, sometimes some people get discouraged. Confidence levels start to go down around the whole team. But just preaching that we just have to keep coming to work every single day, working our butt off, and just get better.
It seems like the misses on the overthrows have been just a yard, half a yard. It's kind of been a consistent theme. Can you pinpoint one thing that's leading to that? Maybe the misdirection between you and the receivers?
I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question. Came off my hand, felt like it was a touchdown, to be honest. But I was shocked myself that, it is what it is, though. I missed it. I got to be better. I can't miss those, I feel like that would have been a big momentum swing for us. I feel like that would have gave our defense a lot of momentum. And, I think just for the rest of the game, that would have been like a key factor just by starting off fast. We go out there, get the ball first and score. Defense go out there, make their stops, and, we on the roll. But, I just got to be better, honestly.
The game was pretty much over when you came out, but as a competitor, did you want to come out?
No, not at all. I was a little bit irritated by that just because, I just never stopped fighting until the end. And I didn't get the chance to do that. But, I left it out there on the field. Right now we just got to move on to the next week and try to get better.
Earlier this week when we asked you about Iowa State's defense, you said what stood out to them on the defensive end was how they run that 3-3-5. What did you see from them today that really caused some issues up there for you?
They did a really good job of covering our guys. I think, when you playing teams like that, they do a really good job in the back end. When you get the chances, you have to make them. And like I said, I missed the one early in the game, and had a turnover. You can't turn the ball over, can't miss touchdowns, and when you playing defense like that, like I said, you just can't make too many mistakes. So I feel like we just made too many mistakes. I feel like I made too many, but just got to move on and get better.
Of course, losing is tough, but 4 straight losses, guys in the locker room are tweeting out different things. What is morale and chemistry like in the locker room right now?
You have a couple guys in every team, that don't feel like they're a part of the team, and they kind of make some decisions that they probably shouldn't make. And I think that's all it is, considering that. But, with the team, we all know that there's nothing we can do about this past game. But, like I said, just know that we have to come to work every single day, try to get better, and that's all we can do, honestly.
To that point, Emory, what gives you hope that this can turn around and you guys can salvage a productive and good season?
I see what we can be. I see what type of team we can be. And it just frustrates me every week for the last couple of weeks that we have not been able to put it together. And part of it is me. Like I said, I have to be better. And I have to run this offense and make great decisions every single play. And just trusting in God, trusting in this coaching staff and the players on the team. That would give me hope. I feel like we can be a really great team. And I just feel like now we just have to, just put our head down and go to work and not think about anything that happened in the past, but just try to get better and improve.
You talked about having fun a lot leading into the season and going out there and having fun. Losing's not fun. How do you get back to that? What's the path back?
Just work, head down, go to work. Just realize, it's gonna be rough today. Obviously, it's always rough on game days, especially when we lose. But just knowing that tomorrow the sun will rise, and we get another opportunity next week. And like I said, just put a head down, go to work every single day.
On a positive note, looks like you and Shimon have developed a great relationship over the last few weeks. Third touchdown of the season today. Just walk us through what that's been like over the course of the last few weeks.
I think since the Oklahoma game, he kind of he got a more pep to his step in practice, and I think, like I said, that game was a really big confidence builder for him, and he showed everybody like what he can do, his abilities, and I mean he's been working his butt off the last couple of weeks, and I mean that's a guy we're gonna need. That's a guy I'm gonna need to rely on moving forward. You know, I mean we still got 6 games left, I think. I mean so we got like some games to go still. I mean you just gotta stay positive and I mean just get better. Honestly, just improve every single week.
Thank you, Emory.
All right, thank you.